Alright guys, hope you're all having an amazing day today. No matches, but we've still got a bunch of updates to go through. Blast Bounty Season 2 is about to kick off with 32 teams and a format that actually rewards upsets. We break it down and explain it in depth. FUT joined the Blast Bounty, having signed the ex-NAVI Junior Core just weeks after entering CS, and Falcons' new pickup kyousuke is already making noise after dropping a 1.28, making him the second highest rated player in IEM Cologne. If you want more updates like this, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get straight into it. Starting things with Blast Season 2 officially kicking off, and I'm really excited for this, especially after what we witnessed in Cologne. But kicking things off, we've got 32 teams fighting it out in this one, and the format's actually kind of sick. So here's how it works, and I'll also share a clip with you in a minute explaining it all too, just in case you get a little confused so it's easier to understand. But there's an online stage played on EU servers, and then a LAN final in Malta. Every team plays 2 best of 3s in the online stage, and if you win both, you're through to the finals. It's as easy as that. But here's the twist. The bottom half of the seedings, seeds 17 through 32, actually get to pick their opponents in a draft, which already makes things spicy. And to make it even more hype, every higher seeded team has a cash bounty on their head. So if an underdog knocks them out, they collect the money. The bounty system is what makes this event stand out. You're not just playing to qualify, you're literally hunting teams for cash. It creates insane pressure and upsets right out of the gate. The top 8 teams that survive that gauntlet move on to Malta, where the LAN finals are going to be played as a single elim bracket. Best of 3s until the grand final, which is a best of 5. And if we take a look at the matches, these will be for Tuesday. We've got FUT versus Bait, and funnily enough, actually, this FUT team is actually the same team that has signed the ex-NAVI Junior Core, and this comes right after Makazi got promoted to Navi's main team. And the rest of that roster was basically left in limbo. But now 4 of those players have all been picked up by FUT, with Masuta staying on as the 5th, and this is the FUT team now. So basically FUT have gone from short-lived French-speaking lineup with Jackson Navira to this young Eastern European core that's already proven themselves on the Tier 2 grind. The team's currently sitting number 36 in the VRS, and they've got solid chemistry already built in, and they've already picked Bait as their first opponents. It's a super interesting move. FUT entered CS just a few months ago, and they've already pivoting hard toward a development roster with potential. And I mean, we've seen what happens when teams take a chance on academy players. I mean, just look at what Donk's doing right now. So it's definitely one of the more underrated rosters to watch out for in the Blast. So yeah, let's keep an eye on them. So yeah, we'll have FUT versus Bait, then it'll be Ecstatic versus Liquid, Namiga versus G2, BetBoom versus FaZe, and that will conclude Tuesday. And then on Wednesday we'll have MIBR versus Virtus Pro, TNL versus NAVI, Passion UA versus Spirit, Rare Atom versus Astralis, and that will conclude Wednesday. Then Thursday will be Big versus Furia, OG versus Mouse, NIP versus Pain, and then Fnatic versus Legacy. That will conclude Thursday, and then Friday we'll have ENCE versus the Mongols, FlyQuest versus Aurora, NRG versus Vitality, and Complexity versus Heroic, and that will conclude the Friday. So jam-packed full of games, really excited for it. Also, really quickly before I share this clip with you, this is the 24-hour warning before you can lock in your Blast Premier Bounty fantasy teams. So go ahead and do that. I mean, by the time of this recording, it's probably like 20 hours or even less. So if you haven't done that already, go ahead and do that for a chance to win some prizes.
Would happen. Let's take a look at our 32 teams. We've got our teams here. The key thing to keep in mind is that split between the top 16 and the bottom 16. The top 16 are the most wanted. They come in with a bounty already. They don't get to pick their matchup. The bottom 16, starting with 17, MIBR, is where we're going to have these teams picking who they want to play, and they're going to be hunting those bounties. They don't come in with one to begin with. As they beat teams, they collect their bounty, they bank some of it, they keep some of it, and that's where we start to get into the magic of bounty. And the only thing I'm sad about is that Legacy made the cut into the top 16, because if they were 17 right now, I'd want them to pick Vitality and end the streak twice.
Just before we wrap things up, I just wanted to share this with you guys. Top rated CS2 players from the IEM Cologne. Donk at the top as usual. Kyosuke at second, really impressive. Shiro, Molodoi, Frozen, a respectable 10 down there with Rain. But yeah, even though Falcons didn't make a deep run at Cologne, Kyosuke still ending the event as the second highest rated player, just behind Donk, is insane. He dropped a 1.28 rating in his first ever Tier 1 match, and yeah, I know they only played one series, but he did look super composed. And what's crazy is he's still only 18 and just made the jump from Spirit Academy to Falcons, replacing Magisk of all people, and that's massive pressure for the kid. But he's straight up said in his HLTV interview, which I will share with you guys here in a second, that he doesn't really feel the pressure, and it shows. I mean, his mechanics are clean. He's getting all his favourite roles. I mean, even Nico said he gave him almost every T-side position he wanted. So he looks like he's right at home already. His biggest challenge, he said right now, is not the gameplay, is speaking English outside of the server, and that's it. So, yeah, maybe Donk's the face of 2025 right now, and rightfully so, but keep your eyes on Kyosuke. If Falcons give him space to grow, he could be the next breakout star. Whether that means he will eventually surpass Donk or not is another question entirely. But super interested in what you guys think in the comments below. And if you want more news like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care.
Transition to Tier 1 in terms of practice, in terms of preparation, in terms of making it to a different team. Of course, I mean, you're used to the way Spirit Academy was used to doing things. That's also a Russian-speaking team. All this transition to English. Everything there's a lot of changes. So was that a big challenge for you? What were the biggest challenges for you?
Biggest challenge is like English outside the game is the biggest challenge for me. But the preparation before the game, it's something new for me because we didn't have it in Spirit Academy. So it's kind of something new for me, and I'm trying to get used to.
I saw your Q&A video on the Falcons YouTube channel. You said the biggest surprise for you that everybody was making jokes inside the team. What does that mean?
No, really, Nico has the best jokes. Really, everyone laughs on his jokes.
Tell me about IEM Cologne as well. Obviously, big tournament for you to step into such a big team as well. It's probably the biggest challenge a player can face. To come into IEM Cologne as your first tournament. What are your kind of personal expectations? At this tournament.
I don't care how big is tournament. I just play. We are on the server. We are in the game. We are not on the stages or something. We are just in the game. We are joining the game. We are joining each other's.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.